Hey babe.
Yeah.
You know how we host hit Netflix show Love is Blind?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, what if we could profit even more from young people's desire for love?
Okay.
We take Love is Blind.
Okay.
We do it again.
Okay.
But it's wife swap.
Okay.
But worse. And with 12 people swapping partners.
That sounds terrible.
I know.
You're the one I wanna be with.
The Ultimatum is Netflix's probably most dumpster fire dating show. I got 3 episodes in and I committed to making a video about it. The more I watched it, the more I decided I would rather be taking AP Calculus again, that's right again, than watch this show. I would rather get bullied in middle school again, that's right again, than experience The Ultimatum. I typically don't like reality TV. The only one I really enjoyed was Too Hot to Handle. Dude, that show is hilarious, entertaining, and there wasn't too much annoying conflict.
I like the international vibe. Harry's from Australia, and I literally have no idea where that is.
But watching The Ultimatum is like having a stomach bug. You don't feel that great watching it, and you have to shit every 2 hours. The in-between moments are so incredibly boring.
Kyle, you got a masseuse?
Unless I find somebody else that
Oh, good luck.
knows how to do.
You're very in a vulnerable position.
I don't care. I don't care. And then conflict happens, and it's not even fun.
I'm trying so hard.
That's the poop part. That's the shit part of the stomach bug. It's like watching a couple fight in front of you as you're hanging out, and it's really uncomfortable. That's what this show is like. So, The Ultimatum is about 6 couples, 12 people, who all gave their partners an ultimatum. Marry me or move on. One person isn't ready to get married and the other one is. So by the end of the show, you either get married to the person you came there with, you find someone new, or you walk out single. How? By swapping partners for a few weeks to see if the grass is really greener. After 3 weeks with someone else's partner of your choosing, you do another 3 weeks with the original partner that you came there with. Then at the end of the 6 weeks, you decide who you want, or you come out of it single. It's literally wife swap with extra steps, and also aged down for their target demographic, which is YouTubers in their 20s wanting to make commentary videos about trashy reality TV shows. So let me introduce you to the characters of this fucking stupid ass show. And I say characters because I know how editing does its thing, you know? We got Randall and Shanique. Randall is a calm guy, and Shanique literally can't be criticized or else she starts acting like she's 5 years old.
Corner.
Sit in a fucking corner and miss me.
Shanique, Vanessa, 𝐤𝐢𝐭𝐡. That was the dumbest thing I've heard tonight.
And Shanique gave Randall the ultimatum. We got Madeline and Colby. Madeline is literally Regina George.
About this because I do not do this at home.
And Colby is an ultra-positive cowboy, 𝐤𝐤, and also the hometown hottie of the first few episodes, and Colby gave Madeline the ultimatum. We got Zay and Ray. Zay's a misunderstood dude who really needs to go to therapy for his childhood trauma, trust me, dude. And Ray is emotionally unavailable.
How much I can grow with somebody that I'm like in love with.
And Ray gave Zay the ultimatum. And then we have April and Jake. April is pretty outgoing and talks about herself in the third person.
Where does April come from? Where does April need to be? April doesn't want to be her. He's gotten to know April, more of a listening side of April, opposite of April. What the hell is going to happen to April?
And then Jack Harlow over here is obviously mentally checked out since day one.
Should I just stay with you because you're crying and I feel bad, or should I look out for what I really want in life?
And April gave Jake the ultimatum. So they start by speed dating everyone for a week before they decide who to spend the next 3 weeks with. And honestly, you could tell that they didn't get enough content for them to stretch out this episode to be an hour long each, because most of the episodes are moments like these. Like, it's honestly impressive how they managed to stretch out each episode. So while they're roommate shopping, some notable moments are when Madeline says this about potentially picking Randall.
Your energy is just like, I feel like it could match.
Yeah, I agree.
That's right, Madeline. I'm sure Randall is very interested in aligning your chakras and feeling your energy. And also, everyone has a crush on Colby, because of course. But one of the girls gets a little too aggressive about it.
Yeah, we had a good discussion. I don't think I would see a future
with you in marriage.
It's really hard to like go from what we had today to like.
But I can't see a future. I didn't get that internal feeling.
Thought our date went well. Clearly, it was all lip service. You just nexted me as if that was even an option.
Oh, this girl, this is Alexis. You'll see why I didn't mention her in my beginning character introductions, and soon enough. Alexis and Hunter are a couple. Alexis is Alexis, and Hunter just looks like a Mike. He just looks like his name is Mike. I have no explanation. I have no way to back that up. He just looks like his name is Mike. That is all. And Alexis gave Hunter the ultimatum. And the last couple here is Lauren and Nate that I didn't mention before. Lauren doesn't want to have kids, but Nate wants to have all the kids.
Things that we can't get past, like the kid thing. I want to have kids so bad. I've always seen myself as like, ultimately, I want to be a dad. I want kids more than anything. I'm absolutely not going to take that next step unless it comes with knowing that we're doing it to have a family.
And Nate just gives off very aggressive energy. You'll see. And Nate gave Lauren the ultimatum. So literally for the next 2 episodes, Alexis tries to force herself to be Colby's trial marriage partner for the next 3 weeks. And she gets rejected every single time. I don't know why she can't take no for an answer. And then she calls him rude for it, even though he was probably the most polite and honest he could have been.
I'm super attracted to like you specifically. Your like eyes are like very fierce, but I was a little taken back with, you know, letting me know off the bat, like I could never see a future with you. What took you to that place?
Alexis is a character. I mean, she's like that friend that you probably had growing up where she kind of treats you like a sidekick instead of like your friend. She treats you like an accessory. That's who I imagine Alexis to be in real life. Or she's just a really good friend. I don't know. So literally in the next episode, Alexis starts pursuing Colby again after getting told no, and then says that she doesn't get it. Her and Madeline look exactly alike.
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I'm not attracted to you.
His ex and me look the most similar of anyone here, number one.
I couldn't imagine 2 white girls that look the least alike. And then Alexis approaches Colby's original partner, Madeline, to complain about Colby.
I just think you can do like 100% better than Colby. You have reservations.
So then we get this really touching dramatic moment with Colby crying in the bathroom with bittersweet pop music playing in the background. This feels like an early 2010 sad anime music video with Linkin Park playing. And like, there's a lot of this shit. Honestly, shout out to the amount of pop music montages in this video that are literally only there to fill time. I swear. It is absurd. It gets so annoying when every 3 minutes you hear some song with on-the-nose lyrics about what's happening in the show. It sounds like royalty-free pop music. It's crazy. I have a problem with Jake. That's all I have to say. I have a problem with Jack Harlow over here.
I'm hoping with this experience, I can date around, get better clarity on what you want from another perspective.
You love this person so much, but you want to sleep around for the experience? Bye. Goodbye.
Do I want to lose you? No. Do I love you? Yes. I'm hoping with this experience, I can date around.
This whole episode ends up being them talking about marriage because that's what the show is for. But they also talk way too much about families and having kids, but they're skipping the whole like, do I even like you part yet? Like, do you even vibe together at all? I get that we're moving fast here, but one step at a time. And then the rest of the episode went like this, as most of them did.
With a guy for the first time, confident that you'll pick someone that like less out of.
But don't worry, because we have more character development with Colby.
Good things will only come from this. It's just like, so the wildest feeling that I've ever felt, and I don't know where I'm going, but I know it's going in a such a positive direction.
Even though you were just crying last episode. And then the truth about why Jake was hesitant to propose to April comes out finally during this like cocktail hour. All they do is push the drinks to everyone when they're doing these like little cocktail hour outings because they know that it's going to incite some conflict and turn into some stupid disaster. Because April and Jake start fighting, but the way they cut it makes it look like everyone was watching this when I'm sure that these cuts were taken from earlier when they were all sitting in a group and not when they're talking in private.
Never been a compromise. It's always what how many times have I repeated this? Always what April wants when she wants it. Should I?
They do this throughout the whole show. They'll get like other people's reactions to stuff that I'm 100% sure they took from a different conversation. Or like it was just them looking and it makes it look like they're having a reaction to something.
Bad for doing that because if I do choose to go with that person, you're gonna be devastated and I'm gonna feel bad. At the end of this,
Especially Mike. Mike in this situation looks like he's just waiting for his friends at a bar.
well, I can't talk to you about it because you get mad at me and then it starts another argument every fucking time.
That hurts for you to feel like.
All of you need couples therapy, not this show. But how else are you gonna get Instagram followers, I guess? Like, I'm not even kidding with how much they stretch this frickin' show out. They spend the last 20 minutes, the whole 20 minutes of this entire episode having people pick one by one who they want to spend the next 3 weeks with. And we got through half of them. We got through 3 couples before they ended the show. It took 20 minutes to pick. Why? I was so bored. But they ended this episode with Mike, Hunter is his real name, saying that he has actually decided on the ultimatum and wants to really marry Alexis because fuck this show, I guess. Not sure what his reservations were in the first place, but okay, I guess. This show is only 9 episodes and they drag it out this much. These would have been way better as 22-minute episodes. Like this one episode 2 felt like 5 hours. It felt like I was taking the SATs again 3 times. So then they continue picking their trial partners and Alexis, my girl, jumps in when Colby chooses his partner.
I'm just gonna be real with it. I don't think Colby is like a good person.
So Colby is about to pick Lauren, and it gets a little spicy, okay? Because we're about to see Nate's chaotic, psycho, red flag energy.
Why did I come here if I'm gonna end up having fucking Big Cheese Colby live with Lauren for 3 weeks?
Big cheese? Who the fuck says big cheese? I had to Google what this meant because it sounds like something a 60-year-old grandpa would call his nephew. Or like Andy calling Jim Big Tuna. So Nate gets really upset because all the girls that he was going to picked someone else. And he can't stand to see Big Cheese choose his girl. So he ends up proposing and Lauren says yes.
I'm not trying to do anyone up, but will you marry me? Will you spend the rest of my life?
Absolutely.
Literally seconds before this happened, he whispered to Madeline that he was going to pick her.
You told me 10 minutes before proposing that you were gonna choose me. So I was thrown through a loop.
Who chose me? Who chose me?
Interesting.
Interesting.
I don't know, maybe he's the one who's in the pocket of Big Cheese. My hypothesis is that Nate just couldn't handle seeing Lauren with another dude and went crazy psycho mode, which is understandable to a degree that you don't want to see your partner with anyone else, but why did you come on this show? And need I remind you that their main issue at hand was Lauren didn't want to have kids, and Nate felt very strongly that he did want to have kids, which was not resolved with you proposing. And that's it. We're left with 4 couples and 2 engagements of the original couples. So our lineup for the rest of the show is Jake and Ray, Zay and Shanique, Randall and Madeline, Colby and April, who did not pick each other because of this whole fiasco. And then we got Nate and Lauren and Hunter and Alexis, who ran off. So good riddance.
If you are being honest with wanting to marry me, like, we still have to figure this out.
Yeah. Very convincing. So then everyone goes off and spends their first night together as a new couple.
I like sleep naked, I poop naked.
And it all goes well. So we're finally a third through this godforsaken show, and all they've done is pick their trial partner. That's how much they drag this show out. So in the next episode, they start to meet everyone's parents, which is a terrible idea. And then all the girls have a girls' night and all the dudes have a bros' night. And I don't know why, but they decide that it's a good idea to start giving each other constructive criticism after a few drinks in.
I think you just talk over him. Yeah.
Like, you talk. You're a talker. You run 1,000,000 miles an hour. But, like, slow your shit down and listen to him. You're hot. And, like, you love this man. Yeah, I mean, that's the only nice thing I'm saying. So,
like, I don't know, maybe this is something to bring up with your therapist and not a group of drunk mean girls. The problem with this whole show, which I think anyone can see, is that this is in such an enclosed, controlled environment where you're given an apartment and you're in this very specific setting where you're not working, even though I see some people going to work sometimes. Like, what's gonna happen when you need to pay the bills or talk about the hard stuff? Like, this is all such a honeymoon phase side of the relationship that in no way can ever compare to like the years long that the original couples came in here with. So of course you're not gonna see the ugly side of this person. What happens when they go through something traumatic or they're having a depressive episode? Are you gonna help them? Are they gonna be there for you? Like, what? You have no way of telling if this person is better for you than the person that you came here with just 3 weeks. Like, there's no way to tell fairly unless your original relationship was so bad that you'd rather be with anyone else or just walk out single. So basically I'll TLDR because holy shit, these episodes are boring. Colby and April are having a good time just being friends. Shanique and Zay butt heads a bit, but not too badly. They're both a little bit stubborn. Jake and Ray have way too much chemistry, and Randall and Madeline are fine. I don't really see the chemistry. So quick reminder that Madeline is with Shanique's original partner, Randall. And Madeline throughout this whole show will get so drunk every time and then start being the worst person.
Fuck you for that.
Fuck me for what?
She's the kind of popular girl that came up to you in school and like talked to you but was making fun of you. Does that make sense? People who have had it done to them know. They know what I'm talking about. And then she says this to Shanique.
I came here for answers and the truth. Am I going too hard, Shanique?
She also has a personality trait that I hate in people. She's the type of person where she's like, I'm just being honest. You guys can't handle my honesty. I'm just brutally honest and no one can handle that. I'm just an honest fucking person. People can't handle the truth. And then wonders why everyone fucking hates her.
I think that Shanique is upset about it.
I don't care.
And that's okay,
It
that's
needs
gonna
to
happen.
affect her. Randall did have every intention of kissing me.
Okay.
He did.
You can be honest without being an asshole. You can let Shanique know all these things without putting yourself on this hot girl shit pedestal, because she didn't have April fawning over Colby for her to have the same thing happen to her and give her a taste of what she's dishing out, because holy shit, she is mean. And I know this is armchair psychologist here. She's probably just very insecure, but she is so rude. Like, usually through these shows, the editing will do something to the way you perceive the character they want to portray in the show. But all of the contestants on this show have a redeeming quality that the show shows. And it makes you empathize with them a little bit. Like, okay, like they're going through this stuff, or they're really nice, but they have this issue, and oh, there's a moment of self-reflection here. But not with Madeline. She has no redeeming qualities in this show, or the show just didn't include them. Madeline is rude the entire time with almost everybody.
I'd say it's about an 85% chance that Randall has a boner right now.
She's so cocky. So then Shanique is seeing how much fun Madeline and Randall are having because Madeline really sold it, and Shanique wants to feel comfortable and not guilty doing the same thing because that's what they're here for. But holy shit. Yeah, why the fuck did they show that? I don't want to see it. I really didn't want to see that. Okay, fun. Now honeymoon time is over. Now everyone goes back to their original partner for 3 weeks. And then Jake flips on April like a switch, and it is scary.
You're texting a whole bunch of guys that you met.
I didn't text her guys. I showed her a picture. And I haven't been giving my number out to guys. If anything, I've been sharing my Instagram.
You've been playing games through this whole thing.
So that's about all that's notable. Basically TLDR with the original couples throughout these 3 weeks. Everyone argues at least twice. Ray is done with Zay. Neither of them can communicate a single thought effectively.
For that, let me know why you're not ready for that, because I want that. I do. I want that.
Okay.
April and Jake are like kind of good, I guess, but Jake obviously still likes Ray. Madeline and Colby are okay, I guess. Madeline is still rude and doesn't acknowledge how she could ever have done anything wrong in this relationship. Like, she can go out and spend 3 weeks loving on Randall, but literally gets mad for the entire rest of the show. The entire rest of like the 4 episodes left in the show. Mad that Colby kissed other girls at the club because he wasn't getting that from April, so he wanted to have the same experience. And she gets mad at him. Make it make sense. Shanique and Randall are okay, I guess. Could swing either way at this point.
I am ready to marry Colby. I can't wait to tell him that. I thought you continue to say, like, make it real for me. I didn't need you to, like, hook up with somebody. Well, then I need you to listen.
Well, I'm listening.
Okay, don't speak until I'm ready for you to speak, please.
Don't
Let
talk
me
to
get
me
my
like
whole
that.
word out. I cannot pretend I'm the problem anymore.
And then 5 seconds later, she says,
Look at me. It's not gonna work.
and I still don't understand why she can't get over this when she was messing around with Randall for 3 weeks. So the next episodes are really filler arcs in this manga where they just chat for 3 hours and it doesn't really drive the plot forward. And now we're at ultimatum day, finally, where they get to make the big, juicy decision. Will they walk out of here with their original partners they came with and get engaged? Or will they run off with the trial partner they had? Or single? God, I hate this show. This show is periods of skipping 15 seconds on Netflix once you get the gist of the conversation. Someone says something infuriating and then you skip some more. So here are the ending spoilers if you don't want them. I don't know why you're watching this, but Shanique and Randall get engaged. April and Jake break up. Ray and Jake run off together, start backpacking in Europe or something. They drag out this episode so much. There's so much nothing. It's crazy. Madeline and Colby get engaged and then instantly get married on the spot. Colby asks Madeline if she wants to get married today, right now, because he can't wait any longer. And that's sweet. That's very sweet. But I can see her wedding planning dreams go right out the window as she says yes.
I don't think I can wait another day. Would you want to get married today? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
No dream dress, no Pinterest boards, no planning the aesthetic, no choosing the photographer, no inviting your friends and family. That's it. You just get married right then and there. Zay ends up single. He honestly just seems like a good guy that just needs therapy. Hope he's doing well. April ends up okay. Honestly, good for her, because Jake sucks. But of course, we can't not talk about the reunion episode. All right, you ready for this shit? Colby and Madeline are pregnant. April is blonde now. She had the post-breakup hair change. Don't worry, we've all been there. You look great. And you remember the couples that got married in the 3rd episode and walked out for the rest of the season? They're back. They're back for the reunion. Nate and Lauren were having issues because Lauren didn't want to have kids. Nate is scary as usual. And Nick Lachey comes out with the most unhinged question after talking about Madeline and Colby's pregnancy.
So Nate, obviously we all know that you want kids. So when you saw Madeline come out pregnant here today, I mean, did you feel a type of way about it? I mean, jealous of their experience that they're going through right now?
Jake and Ray didn't go on the trip. It's honestly poetic. He runs off with the other girl, gets neither of them. Because Jake and Ray decided to step back because they were both still healing from their previous relationships, which is completely reasonable. But they never ended up getting back together because Ray reveals that she's in a relationship with someone else.
I've been with one person. She's amazing. And I had a really good...
We love a bi queen. And I love that everyone starts smiling in this moment. It's really cute.
He constantly accused me of doing stuff like that with Jake when I didn't. But you want to know why there's not a video of me and Jake in bed like that? Because that didn't fucking happen.
Also the box of sex toys in the earlier episode when they came back together that she had from her and Jake. What was that about? If you guys weren't doing anything?
Some blindfolds here, 2 of them. So y'all both blindfolded. And using feathers and like, what the fuck is this shit? Y'all was in here using this shit, right?
No, not on a regular basis. I don't know. I don't.
But you're smiling like, what is funny?
Because I'm uncomfortable. Can we just?
Is there anything else I need to know about?
I feel like I needed a little more explanation here. I feel like we're missing a lot of details. And then it's also revealed that Shanique and Randall called off the engagement, and I think they're just chilling, figuring things out still. So the ultimatum totally worked wonders. So that's about all that happens in the ultimatum. Here's a better solution for this show. Go to couples therapy. Stop. Do not make season 2, even though I know they probably will. God, I've had enough. I may not be the reality show expert, but I happen to know someone who is.
Hello everyone. I love reality TV. I also really love video games. Currently playing Horizon Forbidden West. The ultimatum.
The ultimatum. I was angry texting you the whole time.
I know, I was like so loving it because you never watch any of my favorite reality shows.
No,
like The
there's
Bachelor.
a reason, because I hate everyone on it.
It's so good. So we're gonna start with a little game.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna start with
I'm
the game.
scared.
Ready? All right.
Okay.
We're gonna play Who Would You Rather. You're gonna have to pick a member of the cast. First scenario, I'll go easy on you. Who would you like to grab a beer with?
Like romantically?
No, just grab a beer. Just grab a drink.
Oh.
Like non-romantic April. I know. I love April. Now you've eliminated April. That's part of the game.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You have to roommate with someone for one semester of college. Who would it be?
Colby.
I think I would roomie with Ray. I think she would be a good time.
See, I thought about that. I thought about Ray, but my issue was she's the type of roommate that wouldn't say anything when you do something that ticks her off, and then she's just passive aggressive to you the whole time.
Yeah,
and you're wondering what's wrong because I can't read social cues.
Back in my day, it would be she would put up like a passive aggressive like aim message, like aim,
oh God,
like
yes.
go like aim away message. Ray would also be the kind of girl that would ask you to take sexy pictures of her to send to all of the...
You think so?
Yes, I think she'd be the type of girl to sit backward. This is a true story. So my second year of college, I had a roommate named like literally the first night we were going out, she sat backwards on the chair. Like she had her dress on. She was sitting backwards on a chair. So like her butt was like, and then she was like arching her back. So her butt looked really big. And then she looked back and she was like, Lena, will you take my picture? And back then it was flip phones.
Flip phone?
So imagine like 2008, me with a flip phone, and she was like looking back, like on the chair backwards with her butt looking back. And then get this. So she had a boyfriend and then she had another guy. But back then in the flip phone, you could see, like if you forwarded the message to multiple people, you could see the phone numbers. So her boyfriend found out that she was cheating on him because she forwarded the sexy picture that I took to the multiple people. Anyway.
You're complicit.
I was.
Oh my God.
I was complicit in this.
This is like when April finds Ray's twerking pictures on Jake's phone.
Maybe that's what made me think of it.
And then April does a reenactment of it and they show it at the reunion and it's hilarious.
Now you have to roomie, can't be Colby. You have to room with someone for the 3 weeks.
So who do I have left? I have Zay,
Jake, and Randall.
Jake, Randall.
Really? I think I would have picked Zay.
I was gonna pick Zay. Yeah, I think Randall would be a good roommate.
Okay. Yeah, although I think Zay would be fun to party with.
I agree.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
Randall feels very responsible to me. Okay, now my last question is, you get stuck on a deserted island for a year. Who would it be? This one can be male or female.
Oh, okay. So I have Ray, Shanique, Zay.
Madeline.
Okay, first impression, Shanique. She's very intelligent.
She's intelligent. See, I think she would be smart, but I feel like she would be useless in terms of catching fish.
Oh, true. I was just thinking about people I could handle for a year. Oh, shit. I would have picked Zay.
Really?
Yeah, because he can at least, like, I don't know, shake some trees for
coconuts. He has the height.
He's tall. Yeah, exactly. Or you could have picked Jake because he was military.
Oh, that would have been the smarter choice.
Yeah, so he probably knows how to, like, start a fire and stuff. Maybe Shanique wasn't the best choice.
LOL.
Shanique in terms of conversation and just being nice to be around.
Okay, so you're a Shanique stan.
I like Shanique.
What do you think about the concept of an ultimatum?
Ooh, the spicy question. I think the ultimatum, not this frickin' show, but an ultimatum can like, hey, what do you want? Because I need to know before I'm like wasting my time.
Yes. I feel like, exactly. I feel like that's more so what it was because I did that when I was 25. Like when I was like 24, 25, I had been with my boyfriend. You remember him. When I was about 24, 25, I'd been with a guy for 5 years. I mean, I guess I thought things were serious, but now looking back, things weren't serious because we didn't live with each other or anything. But we'd been dating for so long, I thought we are gonna go amount to something, right? So I didn't give him an ultimatum, but I had the hard conversation of like, look, what are we doing? Are you gonna propose to me? Because if not, I wanna I wanna get married. Like, I was very transparent. Like, I do wanna get married. I do wanna have kids. It doesn't have to be tomorrow, but I need to know that it's happening at some point. And he very candidly, thankfully said, I will never marry you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was shitty to hear. But then he didn't break up with me. Long story short, I gave somewhat of an ultimatum, and at least I knew, and then I broke up with him and just moved forward. But you have to know.
Can I tell the rest of the story?
Yes.
And then he shows up at our house and proposes. The ultimatum worked, but it was too little, too late.
Yeah, that was messed up. Yeah, I forgot.
I was watching from the window. It was
That's
hilarious.
True. Wow, that's true. Yeah, you were. The whole family,
I was like
by
15.
the way. You were so young, and the whole family, my dad, my mom, he didn't ask for permission, anything. He threw a Hail Mary, came to our house. He kept saying, I have stuff I need to drop off to you. And I was like, I don't need it. Put it in the garbage. And he's like, no, I need to come over. And he came over and proposed to me. And it was so awful. And then I said no, and then he threw himself on the lawn and cried.
Boo-hoo.
So the ultimatum worked, but I think I dodged the bullet there. Yeah, so you think it's a good way to know what's gonna happen? Or
yes, it depends. Because one thing I noticed about this freaking show is that everyone was dating for like a year, 2 years. I'm like, what? 2 years at 23 years old? This is not enough time to give an ultimatum.
Yeah, especially like, because I get it if you're like older in your later 20s. What did you think of Ray and Jake commiserating with each other about how Zay's an influencer and April's an influencer and everything is about subscribers and followers? What did you think of that?
So I have that perspective from the other side. Get over yourself, first of all, Ray and Jake. I saw some comments on like Reddit, and I kind of agree that they both seem like pick-me's.
Oh.
So they're kind of perfect for each other in that way. Well, I get Ray's frustration with Zay, because I think Zay was like messaging other girls and like he was posting thirst traps and it was kind of inviting girls in his DMs, and I don't know the full story, but I think he was like DMing these other girls and he liked that kind of attention, and he was a bartender and he was like out all night at bars with drunk girls.
Hard.
Yeah, so I get that, and like him never posting her on the social media. I think that makes a little more sense than Jake's frustration with April, because I've looked at April's Instagram, it's just like any other girl. And from my perspective as someone with a boyfriend, like sometimes you just want to keep your relationship private, and that's about as deep as it goes.
Amen. I look like a single mom if you were to look at my Instagram. My husband's nowhere to be found.
And he doesn't want to be on your Instagram.
No, he doesn't. I think Lauren was also, I think she was actually one of the older castmates. I think
she was like 27 or 29.
I think she was in her 30s, actually. And they lied about her age. Like Netflix put an age that was younger than her actual age.
She noted how it was beyond interesting that she was labeled as 26 instead of 30.
I told you, see? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how Netflix did that?
Yeah, because you're obviously gonna find out. Like, this is a reality TV show. People will follow the cast members on social media.
Right. Like, suddenly she's celebrating her 31st birthday and not her 27th. What did you hate most about the show?
Almost everything. Thanks for coming on and shedding light as a wise old mom.
Yes, very old. Thanks for having me. I hope you invite me back to watch more reality shows with you and do recaps.
If I watch any other shows, I will. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
If you want to see way more of this conversation, it'll be available on my Patreon, link in the description. Thank you again so much to my patrons for sponsoring this video. I couldn't do it without you guys, so thanks. Bye.